You're thinking about moving to Spring, Texas, but you're just not quite sure whether you're going to love it here or whether you're going to hate it here. Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you things that I love about living in Spring, Texas and things that I hate about living in Spring, Texas. And hopefully it'll help you decide if Spring, Texas is the right place for you. Okay, so let's get right into it. Number one thing on the things that I hate about living in Spring, Texas is the traffic. We've got traffic on the major interstates, which one of them is 45. We've got traffic around the Grand Parkway, which is one of the outer loops of around Houston. We've got traffic on the side roads. There is no way you're going to be able to escape the traffic here. Just the best way that you can do is try to be on the roads where there's less traffic. And that is during the time frame that the school buses are in operation, or also in the peak driving times for commutes. Number one reason as to why I love living in Spring, Texas is the low cost of living. Our utility costs are 3% below the national average. Our food and grocery costs are 4% below the national average. Our healthcare costs are 8% below the national average. Our housing cost is 16% below the national average, which is a main reason as to why we have a lot of people relocating from other states, other parts of the country into our area is because the low cost of housing. And one of my favorites is the cost of gas. Here in Spring, the cost of gas is 19% below the national average. At the time frame that I'm recording this, the cost of gas nationally for a gallon of regular unleaded is $3.30, but here in Spring, it's $2.65. Number two on my list as far as reasons that I hate living in Spring, Texas, and I am sure I'm not alone on this one, it is our humidity. Yes, the humidity is just about almost unbearable between June, July, August, September. Those 4 months in particular is that the humidity is 70% plus, and you can just feel it. You can feel it when you go outside for a walk in the morning. And we do not have, like Arizona has the dry heat. No, we have the wet heat here in Spring. Yes, you get a little bit more used to it year after year, but it's still out there. It's not going away, and it's one of the reasons as to why I hate living in Spring, Texas. Okay, the number two on my list of things I love living in Spring, Texas is the warmer temperatures. Now, during the summer, it is warmer, and you're going to see our averages being the low to mid 90s. We really don't have a lot of days that get up over 100. It's the humidity that impacts us, but I will trade that off for the winters, because during the winters, our high temperatures may be in the 60s, and our lows will be in the low to mid 40s. Occasionally we have some days that go below 32 degrees and we need to make sure our pipes and our sprinkler systems are set down, but we don't have those frozen tundra temperatures that you have in the Midwest, that where I grew up at in Illinois, where they would in January have single digit temperatures, or in wind chills, it's negative temperatures. We rarely have snow. You know, we're not going to need those snow shovels. You're not going to need those snow blowers. You leave those things up north when you come back and relocate down into Spring, Texas. And I've always found it much easier to drive in heat and humidity than I've ever found it to be able to drive in snow and ice. If you have a specific question about Spring, Texas, and you're wondering whether you're going to hate it here or love it here, go ahead and leave that question down in the comment section, and I'll make sure I get you an answer. Number three on my list of reasons why I love living in Spring, Texas is because Texas has no state income tax. Yes, that is right. Texas is one of those 9 states that have no state income tax. Comparing that to the state that I grew up in of Illinois, where the state tax rate is 4.95%. So when I moved down here, it felt like I got an instant wage increase. Number three on the things that I hate about living in Spring, Texas is the high property tax rate. Now, we don't have any state income tax, so we have to pay for those public services and the schools somehow. So it's going to be in the form of a higher property tax rate. Our property tax rates before any type of exemptions that you could potentially qualify for are going to be anywhere between 1.6% up to 3.8%. So when you relocate into the area, it's certainly something that you want to look at as far as what the tax rate is for a particular subdivision, because they vary based upon subdivision by subdivision. But high property taxes is one of the things that I hate about living in Spring, Texas. Number 4 on the things that I hate about living in Spring, Texas is we do not have 4 seasons here. I kind of joke and say we have hot and hotter, and it's not too far off. We have more like a fall and spring and really a summer season. A lot of our trees here are evergreen. So what that means is that they stay green year round. So we don't have the falls that a lot of other parts of the US have, where all the trees turn beautiful colors and then they all lose their leaves and you're doing all the raking. We don't have those winters where if you're looking for that beautiful winter wonderland and seeing just how beautiful it looks when it snows, we don't have that. It is really one of the things that I really miss and really hate about living in Spring, Texas. But I mean, there are trade-offs with every place that you live. I wish we had it here, but I certainly don't mind not having to rake leaves, and I certainly don't mind not having to shovel snow. I just wish I could have the 4 seasons without all that. Number 4 on my list of things that I love about living in Spring, Texas, it is definitely the food. Now, of course, we're going to have great barbecue. We're in Texas, and we actually get some of the state's best barbecue located in Old Town Spring at Corkscrew Barbecue. Definitely want to get there early because the line's out the door, and once it's done, which sometimes goes at 2, sometimes goes at 1, it's done. Killen's is another great barbecue restaurant. They're located close by in the Woodlands. Tex-mex, one of my favorites there is Papacitos, and it's definitely where I love to get the fajitas. Those fajitas are super moist, and they just come to you sizzling on the plate. Tacos, Torchy's Tacos is my fave. When you're there, ask for the secret menu, and of course, it's a secret, so that's why you have to ask for it, but there are some unique flavors and tacos there at Torchy's Tacos. Greek, olive oil restaurant. Not only they have great Greek food, but on the weekend they have dancing Greek dancers. Let's see, next we also have pizza. Grimaldi's is one of my favorites. We also have crust. Both really different types of pizza, but great in their own regard. And then Italian food. Yes, can't forget about the Italian food. One of my favorites there is Avanti's. And Avanti's, not only the pizza is really good, especially the red sauce that they have on the pizza. I'm not exactly sure what they have in that, but I love that. And it's also their smoked burrata, which is like a version of mozzarella. You cut into it, and it's a little bit stringy, a little bit oozy. And it's served on a bed of arugula, which is a spicy type of green. And gosh, just mentioning about all the different type of food options that we have here in Spring gets me hungry. And one more I definitely need to mention is Bluefin for some of the best and freshest fish. And it's just art on the plate. Number 5 on my list of things that I hate about living in Spring, Texas is the high cost of water. During the summer, my water bill can be $100 to $140 a month, which is about the same as what my electricity bill was running. And I just think that's too much when you're just talking about 2 people in a household and we're just watering the grass to keep the grass alive. Now, I'm not going to try to be the greenest grass on the street, which is the reason as to why I hate the high cost of water. Number 5 on my list of things that I love about living in Spring, Texas is its location. Spring has a lot to do right in Spring, but its location to other metro areas and then also other things that I would want to do is what's so great about its location. I can get up into the Woodlands, enjoy a night out at the Woodlands Waterway, in 15-20 minutes, or to enjoy a great concert at the outdoor theater. I can get over to the IH airport and grab a flight either internationally or inside the US, and I can get over there in 25 to 30 minutes. I can get to downtown Houston in 35 minutes to enjoy a Texans game, a Rockets game, an Astros game, or to go to one of the many theaters that we have in downtown Houston. I can get over to Galveston in an hour and a half and enjoy a weekend on the beach. And I can also get to Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas, all within 3 hours, all 3 different Texas cities. I love the location of Spring, Texas. Pop it up now on the screen. There's some additional videos regarding Spring, Texas. Go ahead and check them out. It might help answer some additional questions you have about Spring, Texas. My name is Jill Wente. I'm a realtor with Better Homes and Gardens, Gary Green. Feel free to reach out. All my contact information is below.